friends, I'm Lily. When you're watching this, I'm probably in Mexico already. Today in this video, I'm going to show you guys how I prepared to go to Mexico for 2 months without being too stressed out about it. If you watch my videos regularly, don't be surprised if next week I'm wearing this exact same outfit and I look exactly the same because I was too lazy to change. And that's one thing that I'm going to start talking about. The first thing that I need to prepare before I go to Mexico is I need to have YouTube videos prepared for the next 2 months, so they'll come out on Mondays at 3 p.m. so you guys can enjoy them. Hopefully people are watching them, you know. We never know. But I'm going to show you guys some things that I already have prepared for Mexico, and then I'm going to tell you about things that I need to prepare still, and I hope you guys enjoy it. So just continue watching. Probably the most important thing is that I needed to get my flights for all the places that I plan on going when I'm on my trip for 2 months. I'm not actually staying in Mexico for the whole time. I will be traveling around some of the United States as well. So let me tell you a little bit about that. I plan to fly from Detroit to Puerto Escondido, which is this town on the the west-south side of Mexico, and it's a surfing town, I hope, because I'm going to a surfing and Spanish-speaking school, so I'm hopefully going to learn how to surf, hopefully going to learn Spanish. I'll obviously make videos about that in the future, but that is my plan. So for the flight situation, I looked up how much it would cost from Detroit to Puerto Escondido, round trip, and it cost like $800, a ridiculous amount of money. I'm like, I'm going to Mexico, why does it cost so much? I talked to my mom about it a little bit. I was like,
I don't really want to pay that much, you know what I mean?
And she goes,
how about you try going just from Detroit to Mexico City, then Mexico City to Puerto Escondido.
Because that's how my flight was anyways, but if you do it separate, which I never knew this before, if you do it separate, you can probably find a cheaper price. So that brought my price down for that entire trip to only like maybe $300 altogether, which is a huge savings. That's like
does not compute.
500 something savings. That's a lot of savings for somebody who doesn't have that much money to spend on flights. So that is something that I want you guys to know. That's my first tip, is that if you need to go somewhere, try to separate your flights and maybe you'll get a cheaper deal than rather having them bundled. It might cause a little more stress in the moment, hopefully not, but it might. But I think that it's worth the savings. The second thing about the flights that I wanted to bring up to you guys is that the next stop on my trip after Puerto Escondido is going to be San Diego, California, because my cousin lives there. My mom and my dad and my aunt and maybe my sister are going to be out there visiting her in the month of February. So it kind of worked out that my program will end and then I'll fly up to San Diego. But I looked up that flight and it was like $350, and I'm like, that seems really, really expensive as well. So instead, I decided I was going to fly from Puerto Escondido to Tijuana, which is right under the border of California and Mexico, and it literally cost $98 to fly that way. So I saved $200 just by flying to a Mexican city rather than to the United States. But then I could just cross the border from Tijuana to San Diego, and it saves me so much money, and that should hopefully work. So that's something else I did to prepare for this trip. I am only packing in a carry-on, so I'm kind of nervous about that because I can't bring that much, but I also need to remind myself that it doesn't matter if I really need something, I can just buy it while I'm there. I'm sure they have stores in Puerto Escondido. But if I forget anything, I don't need to stress out as much as I normally do. Packing really, I hate packing, but I need to remind myself that it's okay. So I'm just bringing a carry-on. My aunt told me she thinks that would be enough for me, so hopefully that works. If you guys don't know, I traveled to Peru for 3 months back in 2016, and I learned a lot from that trip. I learned a lot of things not to do when you're traveling. I learned a lot of things about myself. Anything that you could learn, I basically learned when I was in Peru. So something that I did learn while I was there was that you don't need to. Something that I learned that would have probably made my experience in Peru better was to have a cell phone that works. Because honestly, we rely on our cell phones a lot. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I rely on mine a lot to get me around, to communicate with people, whatever it is, I rely on it a lot. So while I was in Peru, I didn't have a working cell phone. So it led to nights of me literally wandering the streets, lost, no idea where I was, couldn't communicate with anybody because I really didn't speak Spanish, which is a mistake. I hope that I don't make that mistake as much this time because I will be learning Spanish while I'm there. In my opinion, it's really important to have a phone that works just because I don't want to get lost. I don't want to be scared or whatever, or lost and alone. And sinking like a stone, carry on. I researched and researched and researched, and I couldn't figure out what company I could just get a SIM card, put it in my phone, whatever, while I was in Mexico. So I emailed the people whose school that I'm going to. It's called Oasis Surf School. And so I emailed them, I asked them about it because I'm sure they deal with this problem a lot. And they said that most people who come down there get Telcel, is the company that it's called, and then they just put the SIM card in their phone, and then their phone works in Mexico. So that is my plan. When I get there, I'm gonna get Telcel, but I looked it up, and it's a GSM company. And if you don't know, there's GSM and then there's CDMA. So Sprint and Verizon use CDMA. Everybody else basically use GSM. All the other countries normally use GSM. For some reason, Sprint and Verizon think they're bougie. I have a CDMA phone, needed a GSM phone, so I got myself a new phone, a new iPhone. I was feeling very bougie on Black Friday. I got an iPhone 8 Plus, which obviously is not the newest version, but I really like it. It has so much more space than my phone does too, so I can take as many pictures as I want, as many videos as I want while I'm down there, and not be too stressed that I'm gonna run out of space. So that's why I bought a new phone. You don't have to buy a new phone. You can buy a much cheaper phone if you want. You don't even need to have a phone really when you're traveling, but in my opinion, I think it's really important to be able to communicate, be able to figure out where you're going, anything like that. I really think, in my experience, I really wish I had a phone when I was in Peru. I'm gonna show you some clothes that I got for my vacation. I keep calling it a vacation. It's more like a trip. I don't know if that's different. I'm gonna show you some clothes that I got for my trip. I went to Salvation Army on Black Friday. I got this shirt. I really like the vibe of like button downs and then tying the front shirts. I can put these on to show you. And I also have like a bunch of t-shirts because I just love t-shirts, but I don't really like how they look on me. So I cropped a lot of my t-shirts and they're super cute. So I'm gonna try those on to show you. And then I also got some new swimsuits because when you're learning how to surf, it's important to have a one-piece swimsuit because you don't want your belly to rub on it. I think they give me a long sleeve shirt while I'm there. I actually don't know for that for sure, but I think they do. I got a one-piece swimsuit. I got some new swimsuit tops because all the ones that I have I really don't like. And I got them at Old Navy and everything was half off because it was Cyber Monday, so I just received them in the mail today. I'm gonna try those on for you. And then when we're done with the try-on haul, I think we'll be done. But this is the first swimsuit. This is the next one I bought. I mean, it's okay, but I don't know if it's gonna be good for surfing. I don't know. I'm getting stressed. Okay, so I figured that a lot of the time that I'm there, I'm gonna be spending in a swimsuit because, I mean, I'm in Mexico on the beach. Like, what am I going to do? So I want this like beachy vibe, but I'm just gonna show you with a swimsuit on because I'm probably gonna be in a swimsuit half the time I'm there. So this is the first vibe. I kind of look like an old man, but like in a cute way. I don't know. I love this like style of shirt. I don't know. Isn't this cute? Is this cute? I don't know. It might be kind of ugly. But I was gonna cut it up a little bit so hopefully the tie looks better with it. I don't know, but just imagine like I could even be on the beach like a frat bro, like this open. Like that's so cute. I really like the color too. This is like more beachy, even more old lady-esque almost. And lastly, I got a bunch of cropped t-shirts because I do wear t-shirts a lot, but I like them when they're cropped because it kind of looks better on my body shape. That's basically all the clothes that I'm gonna be bringing, and yeah. I don't really know if there's that much more that I need to prepare for my trip to Mexico besides just packing, but really I feel pretty chill about it. I was really anxious earlier. I also got some more anxiety meds. If you didn't know, I take anxiety meds, so I think that's gonna help a lot with the trip because when I was traveling alone in Peru, I was anxious a lot. I definitely was much younger and I didn't know myself very well, so I was anxious a lot. I was lonely a lot because I didn't talk to people because I was too anxious to talk to people. So hopefully my anxiety meds will help me with that and I'll be able to communicate with people and learn Spanish and learn how to surf, and I hope this is a really great experience. If you have any more questions about how I prepare to travel alone for 2 months, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to answer those questions for you if I have an answer. I am honestly one of the least prepared people that I know, so it is kind of hard for me to give advice about being prepared. But I'm trying to do that for you guys. So if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed already, I'd love for you to do so, and comment below if you ever traveled outside of the country, and let me know if you've had any horror stories because I love to hear them. Anyways, that pretty much sums it up. I'm probably on a beach somewhere, so I hope you guys are enjoying Michigan's weather or wherever you live's weather. That's not Mexico on the beach. I was so petty for no reason, but you know, whatever. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys luego. That here's my belly fat, sorry. Not sorry. Okay, I'm gonna